Aloha, I'm Susan Nutowitz with letsfeelexcellent.com or the YouTube channel by the same name. And I want to continue debunking the excuses for not going on a low-fat, raw vegan diet. So excuse number 2, I can't do it. I would love to do it. I would love to do it, but the people I live with don't do it, or the people I work with, my work colleagues, don't do it, and they give me crap about it. Okay, so let's take a look at this. First of all, anytime you want to raise your standard for the quality of your living, the quality of your life, this is going to happen. And the reason that is because you are a direct reflection of your peer group. So the people that you are around, you guys have similarities all the time. And so when a person steps up and raises their standard away from the peer group, then the peer group tends to go, why are you doing that? Don't do that, and start giving arguments against it. The arguments come from within, actually. So if you take a look at that, it's just signals, it's just signs and signals saying, okay, these are arguments so that I still have the excuse and I can still have my cheese if I want to, And why the people are doing that is not because they're trying to give you a hard time. It's actually because they love you and they don't want to lose you, because you're going to a different level. You're going to a different place. And so they don't want to lose you, is what's happening. Now, here's the reality of it. A lot of people think, well, it would be really selfish of me to make my own meals when we gather as a group and we share meals together. Well, usually in most meals, there is a salad or there's fruit or vegetable, some kind of produce available. Just make more of that for yourself. That's all. You can still, I really enjoy, I volunteer in my community, and I cook regular kinds of food for my community, and I'm there for my community doing this, and I enjoy doing that. When I go to a potluck where I know raw food's not going to be supported, I don't bring raw food. I'll bring something else. And the same thing when I'm home with my family. I pitch in with the cooking, whatever they want to eat. I don't have a problem with being judgmental about the way everybody else eats, but when people ask me, why do I eat how I eat, or how have I rectified certain health challenges that I have had, well, I don't have any problem telling them that either. So what I do is I take care of my own food, but I also help them with their food too. And I know that once I made a decision, it was hard at first because you have all those memories of food, right? And those memories spur cravings, but you also have the creatures inside of your unbalanced gut, and they're also wanting you to eat the foods that they're used to too. So you're eating for your creatures, and then you have just the detox of addiction going on. It really doesn't take that long, but what you have to do is what every healthy person has done, and go ahead and look at them. And this is the same thing as what every successful person has done. You make a decision based on you. What do you want to do? And then all these excuses are no more than beliefs that don't serve you anymore. And they're based on memories that aren't even there anymore. So make a decision, and then just go for it. And if there's little challenges, then you just say to yourself, that's not real. This is what I really want to do. Also know that when you do this, you're going to enhance the lives of other people around you, especially those that are close to you. So if you're doing especially a low-fat, raw vegan diet, you know you're going to have more energy, and you know you're going to be more clear-minded and more focused. And so when you do that, especially if you do it with my 5 pinnacle system, where you're working on your state and you're working on your rest, you're working on all of these other things, balancing your hormones and your movement therapy, so you don't have so much to deal with within yourself, you have more of you to give. There's more of you available. And people around you are going to love that. Not only that, you're just going to radiate life. It's not like being arrogant or showy in any way. You're just going to be radiant. And people are going to really appreciate that as well. And when you are like that, then it's really good. So they do benefit from it, even though some people might seem jealous. When it comes from a position of strength and not from a position of defensiveness, then you'll see that it really does benefit everybody around you. Even when you're walking down a street or you're in a public place, you'll see that people will notice favorably, and they will make favorable comments quite often. So it's kind of nice. The other thing that you want to understand is that by taking the position of, well, I'm not going to do it because I don't believe I can, is weak. That's like being a little flower, a little delicate flower in the wind, and not being supported by anything, and you could just blow away. You want to be an oak tree. An oak tree has a very hard time being blown over by the wind. So you want to be strong like an oak tree. Now, is an oak tree obnoxious? No, everybody loves trees. Is an oak tree arrogant? No, just strong like an oak tree. Okay, so I hope that helps, and I hope that debunks that excuse if you have it. I did want to give you one other tip. If you're in a home, like some people say, well, I have to cook for my family, and I had mentioned that turning cooking for others and being non-judgmental about their food is actually a form of service. But if you're having problems with that initially, just ask for support. These are the people that love you, and you love them. And love is a giving energy, and they get to give to you, and so they really get a lot out of it. So if you have kids that you're cooking for, and they're, they don't have to be too old, but if they're of a reasonable age and you're cooking for them, I know you love to do that, but maybe you could show them how to cook for themselves. And they could get a lot out of it, and then they could start making their own food, and you just have to say, look, I'm doing this, and I really don't want to be around so much of the cooking smells and the old memories, and I really could use your support because I want to be healthy and have more energy for you. So could you please help me with the cooking? And, a lot of times they're going to say yes. What are they going to say? No, you have to cook my meals. I demand this of you. You could just laugh at that if that's the response. And maybe the same thing with the coworkers. People, sometimes you bring food into lunch, and even the nicest people, they don't know what they're doing, but their head is in your food, and they're going, what is that? And that's, you don't want that. You just want to relax and eat. You don't want to be chewing and answering all these questions and stuff. And so sometimes you might have to say to people, just really kind and gentle, and just say, listen, I really just would like this lunchtime, to actually eat and digest my food and not answer a whole bunch of questions about it. If you really have questions, and if you don't want to offer this, then don't. But if you do want to offer it, you could say, if you really have questions, then maybe we could get together at some other time or after lunch and answer some questions for you. Or maybe you want to read this book and give them Dr. Doug Graham's 80-10-10 book. That's a really good one. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful to you. If you know anybody that's struggling with this, please share it with them. And if it was helpful, please give me a thumbs up. I look forward to seeing you in the next video blog. I'm Susan Nutowitz, wishing you an excellent day. Aloha.